on our wedding night. To lock and bolt the door is only right. Let's chase each other around the room tonight. Seems like lately people love to play with fire, and the other games they play are just as bad. I'd rather stay at home and feel your burning lips and play the kind of games that make me glad. Oh, let's chase each other around the room tonight. Let's play the kind of games we played on our wedding night. To lock and bolt the door is only right. Let's chase each other around the room tonight. Let's don't chase around and make each other weary. Let's keep all our love at home and out of sight. Let's leave everything like jealousy behind us, and let's chase each other around the room tonight. Oh, let's chase each other around the room tonight. Let's play the games we played on our wedding night. To lock and bolt the door is only right. Honey, let's chase each other around the room tonight.
I'm just a stone. Magic in my hands, dirt on my toes, bugs in the trees. Been a while since it snowed. Obsessive, compulsive degree, scratching and nagging at me. My mind is full of fleas. My obsessive, compulsive degree. Rolling down the river in a homemade boat. You tell me that you love me just to stay afloat. Paddles in my hands, water on my toes. If we're going under, can you hold my nose? My obsessive, compulsive degree, scratching, nagging at me. My mind is full of fleas. My obsessive, compulsive
KSYM thanks UT San Antonio, hosting the 2026 Fiesta Arts Fair. The Fiesta Arts Fair features more than 100 artists from across the U.S., food, drinks, and live music by local and regional performers. The fair takes place at the UT San Antonio Southwest Campus on Saturday, April 18th and Sunday, April 19th. More information on the 2026 Fiesta Arts Fair is online at utsa.edu/alumni.
Devil be gone, leave me alone. I'm just trying to walk down the street and say hi to whoever I meet. Don't you tell me that it's wrong. Devil be gone, devil be gone. I can't see in front of me, and I'm tripping on my feet. Let me sing my joyful song. Devil be gone, devil be gone, devil be gone, oh, devil be gone. Oh, I'm singing my song. Oh, devil be gone, devil be gone. I'm just trying to smile my face, so just go and leave no trace, so my day can carry on. Never be gone. I'm just trying to live my life. I don't need your damn advice. You just go and move along. Never be gone. Devil be gone, devil be gone, devil
Live April the 23rd, our Fresh Doc Music Festival 2026 at San Antonio College. Here's this year's lineup. Richard Vigno, Grupo Masuro, Street Lamp, Barrio Blasters, and Pain Junkies. For more information on this year's event, go to KSYM.org for more information. Your boy DJ Josh giving you the announcement for the official 2026 San Antonio College Fresh Dot Music Festival. Go!
Hey folks, this is Gabe Lee and you're listening to KSYM San Antonio College Radio at 90.1 FM.
I ain't got the change for a nickel. Ain't got no bounce in my shoes. I ain't got no fancy footwork no more. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't got no coffee brewing. I ain't got no feelings to bruise. Don't have a dream that is working no more. I ain't got nothing but the blues. The band is swinging, the folks are singing. I just can't let my hair down. Believe me, Pruitt, there ain't nothing to it. Since my little baby, she done left this town. Ain't got no rest in my sleep, y'all. I don't have no winnings to lose. Ain't got no telephone number no more. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Play the blues. Tires for my pickup truck. Ain't got no soles on my shoes. Ain't got no date for the Saturday night. I ain't got nothing but the blues. I ain't got no horse for my saddle. I ain't got no spurs for my boots. Ain't got no reins to hold on to no more. I ain't got nothing but the blues. The band is stomping, man, they're really romping. I'm sitting all by myself. Believe me, Bridget, I just can't get with it. Since my little darling put me back on the shelf. I ain't got no cash in my pocket now. Ain't got my name in who's who. So broke I can't pay attention no more. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing but the blue. Oh, 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 Lord.
at all the trouble this place can bring. Pile 'em up at your feet to make you bow down. Ain't no me gonna kick me around. If it ain't feel bad about the lies I told, but if you can't forget them and they can't get old, you keep bringing them up just to bring me down. Ain't no me gonna kick me around if you ain't right. If you ain't care, babe, I can't see you no more. I ain't answered my phone and disconnected my door. Yell as loud as you want, I don't hear a sound. Ain't no me gonna kick me around. You ain't
That was the V-Roys with Kick Me Around off of their album Sooner or Later, the compilation.
Okay.
Hello, guys and gals. This is Candy K, the sweetest thing on the air, and your host for the Third Coast Music Network here at KSYM 90.1 FM, your only alternative. Don't forget to download your KSYM app and have it on your phone wherever you may go in the United States, 24/7, 7 days a week. You will have the music you love. All right, we have some special guests coming in today. Today is live music and live interview Thursdays here at KSYM. And I am going to have two of the guests that are also two acts that will be at Fredstock on April 23rd from 2 to 11 p.m. Fredstock Music Fest is going to be happening right here on San Antonio College's campus, right in front of the Moody Learning Center. And we can't wait to see all of you loyal listeners out there jamming out, having a great time. And coming up in just a few minutes, well, not a few minutes, maybe about 45 minutes, but we're going to have Ken Slavin in the house. He does blues, and he's our opening act for Fredstock. And then later on in the hour, we'll have I think Barrio Blasters. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. There's so much to talk about. Join us back in an hour for that. But till then, I'm going to leave you with some great music. This next one is Did I Speak Too Soon by Bobby Dove.
This ain't my first rodeo. Is this the big
step right up, then you knock 'em down. Thought you really loved me when you rolled into town. You got the prize with your pretty blue eyes. Now I'm sitting here in a ruin. Did I speak too soon? Did I speak too soon? Are you walking away as I'm just drawing near? Is it my fate to play the clown in this house of mirrors? Did I lose my touch? Burst your balloon? Did I say too much? Did you change your tune? Did I speak too soon? I took my best swing. Couldn't ring the bell. Feels like I'm spinning on the carousel. You're flipping your hair in the cool night air with the flashing lights set in your sights to win that teddy bear. My feet are trembling on a hot high wire, and I go tumbling into a ring of fire. I used to fly the trapeze to wherever you'd please. Now I'm sinking in a black lagoon. Did I speak too soon? Did I speak too soon? Are you walking away as I'm just drawing near? Is it my fate to play the clown in this house of mirrors? Did I lose my touch? Burst your balloon? Did I say too much? Did you change your tune? Did I speak too soon? Did I say too much? Did you change your tune? Did I speak too soon?
Disability SA hosts the Fiesta Especial Celebration Day, Tuesday, April 21st, from 10 a.m. to 3 at the Alamo Dome. The celebration features rides, games, food, and a shoebox parade. This is an inclusive and educational experience that attracts special education classes, group homes, and day programs from San Antonio and the surrounding communities. More information on Fiesta Especial Celebration Day is at KSYM.org.
It's American Roots Live at the French Quarter Festival, the annual celebration of New Orleans music with some of our favorites, including the late piano jazz patriarch Ellis Marsalis, soul queen Irma Thomas, the Preservation Hall Brass Band, and more on American Roots from PRX.
American Roots, Sundays at 7 p.m. on KSYM, San Antonio College Radio.
think I hear a train coming. What you say, boy?
I did too. That train just gets me down. It is.
Yes, sir.
Here in Northeast Ohio, back in 1803, James and Dan Heaton found the ore that was lining Yellow Creek. And they built a blast furnace here along the shore. They made the cannonballs that helped the Union win the war. Here in Youngstown, my sweet Jenny, I'm sinking down. Here, darling, in Youngstown. Well, my daddy worked the furnace, kept them hotter than hell. I come home from night and work my way to Scott for a job that would suit the devil as well. Taking night coke and limestone, fed my children, made my pay. Them smokestacks reaching like the arms of God into a beautiful sky, a silver play. Here in Youngstown, my sweet Jenny, I'm sinking down. Here, darling, in Youngstown. Well, my daddy come on them fireworks when he come home from World War II. Now the yards are scrap and rough. Said them big boys did what they couldn't do. And the mills they built, the tanks and bombs that won this country's war. We sent our sons to Vietnam. Now we wondered what they were dying for. In Youngstown, my sweet Jenny, I'm sinking down. Here, darling, in Youngstown. From the Monongahela Valley to the Mesabi Iron Range to the coal mines of Appalachia, the story's always the same. 700 tons of metal a day. Now so you tell me the world's changed. Once I made you rich enough to forget my name. Here in Youngstown, my sweet Jenny, I'm singing down. Here, darling, in Youngstown. And when I die, I wanna go to heaven. I'd not do heaven's work well. Pray the devil come and take me to stand in the fiery
That was Ward Hayden and the Outliers with Youngstown. Hello, guys and gals, ladies and gents. It's Candy K, the sweetest thing on the air, and your host here at KSYM for the Third Coast Music Network every Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. And today is our live interview day. So around drive time, when you get off work, you're going to be able to listen to a little interview by our opening act for Fret Stock on April 23rd. He's the opening act that starts at 2:30 p.m. and he will get us kicking and going. And he is a phenomenal jazz crooner. You know, I like it. I would say kind of like, to me, he sounds like Oh Baby Blue Eyes. You guys know who I'm talking about. Coming up next, I do have an announcement, and then we'll jump right back into that music.
Hey y'all, this is Jamie Harris, and you're tuned in to KSYM, San Antonio College Radio, streaming on the web at ksym.org.
All right, this next song is off of Albert Collins' album Deluxe Edition. It is Blue Monday Hangover.
Well, the first thing Monday morning, I drank black coffee to clear my head. Yes, every Monday morning, I drank black coffee to clear my head. Because every Sunday night without you, baby, it's blue money, you know, baby, you know my soul is dead. Big boss man, I can hear you call my name. Yes, big boss man, big boss man. Oh, I can hear you call my name. You But this old hangover just won't let me go. Yes, I can hear Blue Monday calling. But this old hangover just won't let me go. Yeah, but every time I try to get up, baby, I feel like I'm just going down slow.
Little thing I've ever seen. Dancing the wax right off the dance floor. In your skin-tight cowgirl blue jeans. Honky-tonk you, heartbroken me. Your honky-tonk ways brought me misery. You two-stepped out of my life. Now you're a honky-tonk memory. Honky-tonk you, heartbroken me. I met you, that you'd never settle down. Now I'm alone, but I can't forget you. Just kicking myself while you're out on the town. Honky-tonk you, heartbroken me. Your honky-tonk ways that brought me misery. You two-stepped out of my life. Now you're a honky-tonk memory. Honky-tonk you, heartbroken me. I didn't know God made honky-tonk angels. Honky-tonk you and
KSYM thanks the Bonham Exchange. The Bonham Exchange hosts Burning Down the House, a charitable dance party organized by the Happy Foundation. Burning Down the House features Jay Wara, an electronic dance house music artist and producer. Other guests include Jenna Shaw, Joshi Soul, and DJ DLG. Burning Down the House is Saturday, May 2nd at the Bonham Exchange, starting at 8 p.m. More information is online at bonhamexchange.com.
Registration is open for the fall 2026 semester at San Antonio College. 16, 8, and 5-week sessions are available. The deadline to register is Sunday, August 24th. Current SAC students may register through their ACES portal. Information and deadlines are available online at KSYM.org.
All right. Hello, guys and gals and ladies and gents. This is Candy K, the sweetest thing on the air, and you're tuned into the Third Coast Music Network here at KSYM 90.1 FM, your only alternative. And I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday with you guys, 4 to 7 p.m. And we have some special guests coming up. First, I'm going to be having Ken Slavin come in, and he is going to be your opening act at Fredstock, which, hello, everybody, it's fiesta time, and it is almost that time, April 23rd, 2 to 11 p.m. You can check out what is going to be on the lineup at KSYM.org. But there's going to be some great acts. Rick Trevino, Grupo Masoro. And today we're going to get to talk a little bit to Ken Slavin. And then afterwards, later on this, around 5:30 or so, 5:45 or so, we will talk to the Barrio Blasters. So it's a full packed show today. I hope you enjoy the music coming up. And I hope you enjoy what we got in store for all of you lovely, loyal listeners. Coming up next, I have High Score King by Dirk Powell.
2 hours late, walking back from your house. Still too young to borrow Daddy's car. He'd tell me I was grounded, and I'd pretend to listen, thinking how you made me feel just like a movie star. Digging in my pocket for a bicentennial quarter, staying too long to play those damn machines. But walking back from your house, I just couldn't quit them, 'cause you made me invincible, the high score king. Hey baby, they said it wouldn't happen. Girls like you don't go for boys like me. Some of them were frowning and some were laughing. None of them knew about McAllen Street. Stopping at a payphone, I just had to call ya. Your mama laughing, didn't you just leave? I hear her saying, just 1 minute, young lady. And then you're begging mama 5 more, please. Wrapped up in bed, the sheets, they feel so different now that I know how it is to be inside your arms. I drift off to sleep, dreaming of our shadow, the lights on McAllen brighter than the stars. Hey baby, they said it wouldn't happen. Girls like you don't go for boys like me. Some of them were frowning and some were laughing. None of them knew about McAllen Street. Hey baby, they said it wouldn't happen. Girls like you don't go for boys like me. Some of them were frowning and some
If this is all they got, I've about had enough. Lately I've been thinking I don't like much stuff. Lately I've been thinking that I just don't care. I keep on trying, but ain't getting nowhere. If this is who's here, I don't wanna be there. Lately I've been thinking that I just don't care about anything that ain't anything that's got to do with you. 'Cause you're the only thing worth anything. No, everything will do. Lately I've been thinking that it just ain't for me. I probably wouldn't take it if they gave it for free. I got all I want, what more do I need? Lately I've been thinking that it just ain't for me. Everything that ain't anything has got to do with you. 'Cause you're the only thing worth anything. No, everything will do. Lately I've been thinking that it ain't half bad. Just take the good half and be happy with that. Half's a lot better than most folks have. Lately I've been thinking that it ain't half bad.
KSYM San Antonio College Radio.
Linda's is open on Fridays and Christmas. She lives in the back. It's a cash-only business. She charges for singles, but pours you a double. Everyone drinks here, and no one makes trouble. We got miners and ranchers, rednecks and hippies, hot shots and cowboys, poets and lifties. There's one thing that this whole damn bar can agree on. We live here 'cause we don't like concrete or neon. And if it ain't gone yet, it's going soon. Get your last round in at the Dirtbag Saloon. The rich folks are squeezing us right out of room. If it ain't gone yet, it's going soon. I wish we could live here in sweet harmony, but they tore down the rentals and clear cut the trees to build their 10,000 square foot second homes. Oh, but who's gonna serve them their champagne and snow? And if it ain't gone yet, it's going soon. Get your last round in at the Dirtbag Saloon. The rich folks are squeezing us right out of room. If it ain't gone yet, it's going soon.
it's going soon.
Being 6 years old, I had seen some trains before, so it's hard to figure out what I'm at the depot for. Trains are big and black and smoke and steam, screaming at the wheels. Bigger than anything there is, at least that's the way she feels. Trains are big and black and smoking, louder than July 4th. But everybody's acting like this might be something more than just picking up the mail or the soldiers from the war. It's something that even old man Wyman never seen before. And it's a late afternoon on a hot Texas day. Something strange is going on, or is all in the way. Well, there's 50, 60 people just sitting on their cars. The old man left their dominoes and come down from the bars. And everybody's checking. Old Jack Kitchell check his watch, and us kids put our ears to the rails to hear them pop. So we already knowed it when they finally said train time. You'd have thought that Jesus Christ himself was rolling down the line. Most things got real quiet. Mama jerked me back, but not before I'd got the chance to lay a nickel on the track. Woo! Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Lord, she never even stopped. She left 50 or 60 people still sitting on their cars, wondering what it's coming to and how it got this far. But me, I got a nickel smashed flatter than a dime by a mad dog, runaway red silver streamline train. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come show the folks. I said, look out, here
Is there a volume?
she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone.
Right, that was Brennan Lay with Texas 1947. I'm sorry. I was about to say 1974. 1947. And I am here at KSYM 90.1 FM, your only alternative. And we are at the Third Coast Music Network time. So I'm Candy Cave, the host, your most favorite host. And I am the sweetest thing on the air. And in front of me, I have, and we are so privileged to have our opening act for Fred Stock, which will be on April 23rd from 2 to 11 p.m. And you are the opening act, right, Ken?
Yes, I am, and I'm looking forward to it. It's second year in a row that they've asked me to kind of get things started on the stage, as you know, as the whole thing gets underway.
Yes, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Were you there last year as the opening act?
And it was just it'll be like this one, probably 15 or 20 minutes. It's very short. And it just helped to kind of get things warmed up. It's right after they have the mariachi performance and a couple of other things that they do. So It was a lot of fun. So, but I figured it was a one-off. But then Ruben Rodriguez asked if I'd come back, and I said,
You were so
sure.
good.
I said, I'm flattered. I'd be happy to come back.
Because you were so good.
Oh,
We
thank
couldn't
you.
do it without you. I'm
Thank
so glad.
you.
And for those of you that don't know Ken Slavin, he is not only a phenomenal blues artist, but he also works here at San Antonio College, and and he still made time for us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Anything for SAC.
I know. and that tells you a lot about we are really a community college in so many ways.
Oh, totally.
In so many
Totally.
ways.
You're right.
And I really love that about this whole it makes me, like, coming here as a student makes me, I just want to always be a part of what's going on here because it's so beautiful. So thank you for joining us after a long day of
my pleasure.
helping all the students.
Well, I looked forward to this all day. It feels great to be in the station and sitting here talking with you.
Yes, thank you so much. It's my privilege. And this is something I found really interesting was that you're a self-taught singer.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just heard yourself one day and you were like, man, I
No,
or did
it's
somebody
funny.
else tell
Funny you should say that. That is not true. When I was a boy, I loved to sing, and when I was a young man, I loved to sing, but I wouldn't let anyone hear me. I did not think much of my voice. I just knew that I loved to sing, and I was encouraged by my parents when they would overhear me singing in the shower, or they'd hear me singing in my bedroom. I mostly sang in the car, and that way no one could really hear me, but I could let it all out, right?
Yes.
And so I was never very happy with how I sounded. But with encouragement, I decided to try, and I also knew that if you have something inside of you that you're trying to express this way artistically, you've got to let it out. And so I was very lucky, not just to be encouraged by my family, but by other musicians, people that I got to know in the business. And now I feel confident. I don't like to hear myself played back, but I feel more confident about performing in front of crowds, and I love the interaction with audiences.
Yes, it's fulfilling.
Yes.
Yes. And that is beautiful that your parents, because a lot of times parents are like, you need to stop doing that and you need to go over there and get the books. You know what I mean?
Right. And my mother and dad kept telling me, you need to do something with your voice. You need to do something with your voice. And I always thought that performance and music was not practical. Mm-hmm. I was a very serious student and, studied hard and went to college and did all of those things. But I really, all the time, had a secret desire to really start doing something with the voice. And finally I did, but not until I was nearly 30 years old.
And then
is when I decided to try to be a professional.
Wow. So, but you did it.
Yes,
you did it.
Yes. And now I just, in February, I celebrated 36 years in the business.
Oh, that's congratulations.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And we were talking about this earlier, but one of your first experiences with your music was here with the radio station, not here where we're at now in this booth, but it was here on San Antonio.
Yes, it was in a little tiny house, little cottage kind of house on Cortlandt, so on the same street, but it was a little further down. And I think the DJ was Brian Parrish. Mm-hmm. I think it was Brian Parrish. I had a new album. My first album came out in 1992, and it was a cassette, and it was called Fascinating Rhythm. And I called up and said, I've got this new album out. Can I come by and will you talk to me about it and play something from it? And he said, sure. So I remember coming to the studio and being so excited that something from my album was being played on the air. And I loved the fact that this alternative radio station welcomed and embraced all kinds of music. Yes. It wasn't just one particular style, right? And that they encouraged local people and they gave local people a voice on the radio. So I was thrilled. And through the years, I've been back to KSYM occasionally with either a new recording or some activity that I'm involved with. And I've had the great pleasure of being on Hot Mustard's show a few times.
In the sauce. You were in the sauce with mustard.
Yes, exactly. And but this is the first time on Third Coast.
Whoa, I'm so glad. So I'm the first female, which is always a great thing because I'm the only female on Third Coast. So.
Well, there you go.
And I'm also the only one who has 2 shows.
Well, isn't that wonderful? Well, good for you. You've really been coming along since I first met you. Yes, you're doing really terrific in the business. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's because I get to be around people like you that encourage and also uplift, and that's what I think about most of you here at San Antonio College. As far as in the staff and the professors, we're encouraged and uplifted. And
you're right. It's part of the culture at San Antonio College, and I've been working here nearly 6 years, and it's such a joy to come to work at a place that really cares.
Yes, and it's a joy to come to school at a place where you feel like they really want you to succeed. So why don't you give our listeners any information you have as far as in your Instagram and your YouTube, that way that they can check it out online?
Oh, sure. Well, Facebook is just under my name, Ken Slavin, but I also have a music Facebook page that's called Jazz Crooner, Ken Slavin Jazz Crooner. So they can check out stuff there. I'm getting ready to update both of those pages with my latest gig information. I just today started selling tickets for my next Sam's Burger Joint music hall show, which will be on Saturday, May 30th.
Great.
I've been playing there now for 11 or 12 years, 3 times a year. And I'm not like any other musical act that they have there, but it goes well for me. We do it as a jazz cabaret, and it's very, very nice. But that kind of stuff will be on those 2 pages. Instagram is at Jazz Crooner.
And then we'll have that information uploaded at KSYM.org, so you guys can get up on your computers, put KSYM.org if you didn't catch all of that, but it is KENSLAVIN.
Yes.
So I am so thankful that you've come and took some time to speak to us.
Oh, my
But I
pleasure.
can't wait to see you on Thursday, April 23rd.
Oh, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you there, and thanks for having me. It's really nice to be back by a microphone here in your studio, so I appreciate it
And
very
you'll
much.
come back more often.
I'd love to.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so we're going to I'm going to close out our interview, which I wish you could stay all for the whole hour, but I know we have to move forward. So I'm going to close it out with your song, Fly Me to the Moon, because I did make reference that I felt like your voice reminded me of Old Blue Eyes. So
thank you.
Here's Fly Me to the Moon by Ken Slavin. Slavin, excuse me.
That's okay.
Ken Slavin. I can't believe I said Slavin. Where did that come from?
It happens all the time. It's been Slavin and Slavin and Salvin and, I don't have a name that is easy for people to.
I like Slavin. You were talking about over at the
In other words,
where I work at the Scobie Education Center. We were like, that could be a name. I was like, I was not that
with some.
Let me sing. I really thought, and Lynn goes, that could be a new, like, you look at Slavin. Like, you know what I mean? I was like,
Well, when I had my first album come out, one of the reviewers
In other words,
did a headline called Slavin to the Rhythm.
In other words, I love you. Why don't you fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars?
For your shirts, these are
And
nice.
let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
you want a t-shirt though?
I'd love one of those
How long I have
in my huge, gigantic size.
in other words, oh darling,
Oh, you don't have to go to all that trouble for me.
please fill my heart with song.
They're very
and let
nice.
me
I-
sing
There
forevermore.
have been times over the years where I've done the pledge drive here, and they've given shirts
In
and give a
other
certain amount of money.
words, please be
When is the
true.
next? Isn't it in the spring or in the fall?
I love you. Oh, fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, yes, in other words. In other words, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I gotta tell you, I cannot believe this. This is so exciting. And there are people who, I thought I knew everyone who was coming from Texas, and I am so amazed. I'm very touched by it, and I'm just so glad that you're here with me tonight. The Metropolitan Room has just been fantastic. I mean, I got here and found out I had a dressing room, and I had flowers, and I was like, this has never happened to me before. It's amazing. It's wonderful.
Taillights flickered as you pulled into the truck stop. The same old crowd was hanging out again. But tonight, I said, fill up my tank while I go check my load. Feels like it's shifting all around. Was the kind of man that do all he could. Above all, he had integrity. He was so young and on a 10-city run, in love with a truck stop girl. As he went inside, he was merrily greeted by the girl with who he was in love. She held out a glass and said, have another. This is the last time we can meet. With her hair piled up high, look in her eyes, turning a good man's blood to wine. All his eyes could see, all his eyes could see, was the stares from all those around him. Ran out to the light, climbed into his rig, drove off without taking it down. It was a terrible thing to see what remained of the ring that poor Danny was in. He was so young and on a 10-city run, in love with a truck stop girl. Yeah, he was so young and on a 10-city run, in love with a truck stop girl.
Oh yeah, you bow-legged woman, you. I went out one night to have a good time. I went to the dance. Everything was fine. The band was grooving and I was moving. I saw a bow-legged woman that looked good to me. I wanted that woman. I tried to make her see, and when she wouldn't look out, I started to shout, hey, hey, bow-legged woman, hey, bow-legged woman, hey, bow-legged woman, hey, bow-legged woman, you look sweet and nice, like a sugar and spice. Woo! Bow-legged woman, I finally heard my call. When we got together, we started having a ball. She was sweet and nice, like a sugar and spice. Get on, Miller! Heard my call. But when we got together, we started having a ball. She was sweet and nice, like a sugar and spice. Sugar and spice. Get on, boy. Holy.
Hurt you. Yeah, he always makes you cry. He always says he's sorry, but you know he always lies. And he always says he's changing, but by now it's just not true. And I think we both know what it's time to do. Baby, let's leave me. I'm no good for us. You've got to believe me. Who else are you gonna trust? We can just start over and forget the fool I've been. Baby, let's leave me. Let's start again. us. You've got to believe me. Who else are you gonna trust? We can just start over and forget the fool I've been. Baby, let's leave me. Let's start again. Baby, let's leave me. Let's start again. Let's start again.
This is Marty Brom, and you're listening to KSYM San Antonio, 90.1 FM, your only alternative.
Mr. Tony Joe White, he was from down in the south. Now, he told me they got a little plant that grows out in the woods down there. They call it poke salad. Down in Louisiana, where the alligators grow so mean, met the girl, I swear to the world, made the alligators look tame. Poke salad and egg. Yeah. Potatoes got some bread. Chomp. This woman. Every day before supper time, she head down by the truck patch, pick up a mess of poke salad, carry it home in a tote sack. Poke salad and eggs. Yeah. A little box of bread. Wretched, spiteful, straight razor told woman. All that much. Sock a little poke salad to it. Yeah. The daddy was lazy in no town. He claimed he had a bad back. All of mother was fit for it. Stealing watermelons out of my truck patch. Poke salad and eggs. Yeah. Potatoes got some bread. Everybody said it was a shame. 'Cause her mama was working on the chain gang. Sock a little poke salad.
Else's biz. So just be who you wanna be, see who you wanna see. That's how it should be. That's how it could be. There's an old story you can. The leper showed everybody in the land. They got together to jam. That's how it should be. That's how it could be. If the train's on a broken track, that train ain't a-coming back. So grab that hammer, pound those nails. It's time we built some sturdy rails so we can be who we wanna be. Free, free, free. That's how it should be. That's how it could be. There's an old tale about a rifle and a dove. The dove flew in circles and the rifle aimed above. The dove was a beauty and the rifle froze because it wasn't love.
KSYM thanks ATG Entertainment for their support of San Antonio College Radio. ATG Entertainment presents the Robert Cray Band on the All Amped Tour. The Robert Cray Band brings blues and soul to the Charlene McCombs Empire Theater on Tuesday, April 28th. More information and tickets are online at us.atgtickets.com.
All right, this is Candy K, the sweetest thing on the air, and you just heard Empty Trainload of Sky by Jillian Welsh, and that's off the album Woodland. Hello, guys and gals. You're tuned into the Third Coast Music Network here at KSYM 90.1 FM, your only alternative. And we are in the booth with special guests, the Barrio Blasters, who are one of our featuring acts at Fredstock on April 23rd from 2 to 11 p.m. Please join us. This is our annual Fiesta free event and block party that we hold, and it is going to be a great time. Last year was so much fun, but this year it's going to be so much better because it's always getting better, right? And as long as you guys show up, then we're going to have a great time. Coming up, I am going to leave you with a few announcements, and then we'll jump right back into the music you love.
San Antonio College offers tutoring on the 7th floor of the Moody Learning Center. Tutoring is available in a variety of subjects, ranging from math, biology, writing, and more. Tutoring hours are 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Fridays. More information is online at ksym.org.
All right. Well, coming up, what I have for you is the Montvales. This is off their latest album, Path of Totality, and it's Over Time. Make sure you come back and join us with the Barrio Blasters.
Maple syrup boiling, but it takes so long. Full spring is coming. Tell me it's sunny outside, but it's pouring. I see it with my own eyes, and darling, I don't think I can work, but nothing's worse than living outside your own skin. Darling, I don't think I can work anymore. You'd stoke the fire until it's done. To see it through just starts to feel like giving up. And though you don't understand I just can't seem to work any more of the time.
My intentions are good and gone. Soon as she put her lips on mine, midnight sneaking in the country club, grass stained jeans and an alibi. Mirror right, his daddy was a millionaire. Can't have his daughter with the likes of mine. What he thinks about is neither here nor there. He can go and stick it where the sun don't shine. Prayed too hard for a beauty queen. Daughter was supposed to be a debutante. Can't stand the thought of a boy like me. Daddy's little angel knows a damn good time, breaking in a backseat, breaking rules. Can't learn loving on a rich man's now. Sure didn't learn it at the private school. Mary's daddy was a millionaire. Can't have his daughter with the likes of mine. What he thinks about it's neither here nor there. He can go stick it where the sun don't shine. She was always gonna be T-Town bound. I was at the Chevrolet sweeping floors. And 4 years later, should have learned by now. Picked up right where we left before. She was supposed to end up with a suit and tie. Sure look good on the family tree. Well, half of mine ain't half of nothing. When again it occurred to me that Mary's daddy was a millionaire. Can't have his daughter with the likes of mine. What he thinks about it's neither here nor there. He can go and stick it where the sun don't shine. And Mary's daddy was a millionaire. Can't have his daughter with the likes of mine. What he thinks about it's neither here nor there. He can go and stick it where the sun don't shine. He can go and stick it where the sun don't shine. He can go and stick it where the sun don't shine. Where the sun don't shine.
Sun goes down in the summertime in San Antonio. That's when things start to come alive under the neon glow. L.A. David in his dark sunglasses and fluorescent paints. Streets full of sinners, they're dancing with saints. All night long on the funky streets of San Antonio. Now I just saw Velvet Elvis on a tricked out bike, and that chihuahua in the pink tutu, their name is Spike. Rock and rollers with baby strollers in ripped blue jeans, politicians and street musicians and drag queens. All night long on the funky streets of San Antonio. last. All San Antonio. All night long on the funky streets of San Antonio. West side, south side, east side, north side, represent west side, south side, east side, north side, baby, yeah.
KSYM thanks local bartender Jarvis for his support of San Antonio College Radio.
I love you, baby. I like your company. You make me laugh. You never make me cry. I think you're sexy. I like to kiss you. Even your dog thinks I'm quite a guy. You're not looking for a husband. Found out the hard way, it doesn't work for me. I need a friend. I want a lover. I have to be alone occasionally. Live close by and visit often. That'll work for me. Live close by, visit often. Save us both a lot of misery. You fix me breakfast, I'll buy you dinner. We'll hit a movie on a Wednesday night. You go to your place,
I'll go to mine.
sounds like our plan is gonna work just right. Live close by, visit often. That'll work for me. Live close by, visit often. Save us both a lot of misery. It could be rough, it could be easy. It might be heavenly. How do you feel? How does it strike you? Could you be happy with a man like me? Why don't you live close by? Visit often. That'll work for me. Live close by, visit often. Save us both a lot of misery. Won't you live close by, visit often. That'll work for me. Live close by, visit often. Save us both a lot of misery.
By You by Laura Chavez. Hello, guys and gals. This is Candy K, the sweetest thing on the air, and your host for the Third Coast Music Network. And you are tuned into KSYM 90.1 FM, your only alternative. And we are in the booth with the Barrio Blasters. And we have two of the members here joining us. We have, if you would introduce.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Brother Dave with the Barrio Blasters, and over here is Alan Elsasser. Howdy.
Hello. And they are here for an acoustic performance, but you will be able to check them out live at Fredstock, April 23rd from 2 to 11 p.m. They are going to be one of our acts, and you can check out all the rest of the acts. Just jump online at ksym.org. But right now, we're getting a special little preview before the show. But before we do that, because they're going to do a live performance for us, I'm so excited. But before we do that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about your journey. I know you used to be a DJ here at KSYM for Third Coast.
Ago, yeah, that's where the name Barrio Blaster came from, actually. It was from a listener who called up during one of my shifts and said, "Man, we're out here listening and you're blasting the barrio." And I said, "Okay, well, we'll go with that."
And it works. And it works. And it's worked for you ever since, right? But when did you first start just being a musician?
You know, there's a picture of me in kindergarten playing the triangle. And I think that's the first time on stage playing a musical. And I've been playing music ever since. In my marching band in high school. And then once I left high school, I picked up the guitar and started making noise with that.
Yes. And it's something that you use, we were talking about earlier, as a therapeutic type of...
Yeah, it helps, you process thoughts and feelings and try to make sense out of things and put your perspective on things. And
I talk about that with the artists a lot because I don't think artists really know or understand how much they help others. Like you use it for, to get those feelings out and to share it with others. But when others receive your music, they are feeling in the moment, they're like, I'm not alone in this. And you touch upon something.
Yeah, and that's interesting because, we play out live a lot, bars around town. And sometimes people will come up and talk to me about a song that I've written. And they'll give me their interpretation of the song and why it means that to them. And it has absolutely nothing to do with what was in my head when I was writing it. Right. But that's what it means to them. And it's like, we'll go with it.
But that's so great, right? That you're providing help to yourself in the moment, but you don't even realize you're providing it to others. It's like when you read books, certain interpretations of certain books out there, and one person reads it, and they get something out of that verse or what have you, and then another person reads it and it's something totally different because we all go through life differently, right? And we're going through different things at different times.
Yeah, so I usually I won't tell people what the song is or what I think the song is about. It's like, what do you think it's about?
Right. That's so cool, right? To get their perspective and to also reach people the way that you do, that you're reaching out and helping people like that. That must be so satisfying as an artist.
If you think about it that way, I guess it is.
How do you think? So you think about. Tell me how you think about when you're on stage. What are you thinking about?
Oh man, it's being on stage. You're thinking about a million things at once. You're playing the music, but as I'm listening to every member of the band to hear what's going on. I'm checking out the audience to see how they're reacting. I'm trying to remember the lyrics. I'm thinking about what song's going to be a good one to play after that. So there's a lot going on in the moment.
Yeah. And that's good to hear because a lot of the newer artists that are coming up, they think, something's wrong with me. You know what I mean? I'm doing all this is going on and I can't, oh my God. And you are a seasoned artist and you feel those things. Just like I used to call them first day jitters, right? It's like the same thing. But we were talking about earlier, it's like a live wire.
Keeps you sharp, keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. So this first song that you guys are going to play for us can you tell me a little bit of the backstory?
Well, we're going to do a song called Blue Texas. And I just wanted to write a song about Texas. It's where I'm from. It's where the place I know, and that's one of the things I tell you. Write about what you know. So I wanted to write a song about Texas and have some fun with the words. So it's called Blue Texas, and that's
all right. Let's get into it.
Blue skies as far as the eyes can see. I wanna live in blue, blue Texas. Living right, living free. It's a big, big state with different voices, different truths, different histories. A big, big state with different choices and plenty of room for you and me. I wanna live in a blue, blue Texas. Blue skies as far as the eye can see. Yeah, I wanna live in a blue, blue Texas. Living right, living free. Blue, blue Texas, as blue as Stevie Ray and Freddie King. Yeah, I wanna live in a blue, blue Texas, living right, living free.
That sounded so good.
Thank
I
you.
love that. That made me feel, because I love Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a San Antonian for sure. So is that one of the ones you're going to be playing live as well? Or?
Yes, we'll be playing that live. We've been doing that song for a while. It's on a record that we just finished, and it's going to be coming out soon. The track you heard earlier, Funky Streets of San Antonio, is kind of a preview that is exclusive of KSYM. You're the only people that have it right now. But that's going to be coming out real soon. We've been since the beginning of the year tucked away at Blue Cat Studio with Joe Trevino working on this record, and pretty happy with it. Finally got it all mixed together, and it's sounding the way I hoped it would sound, even better than I hoped it would sound.
Anyway, so we can look forward to that coming out
sometime soon. I'm finding out that, recording the music is only the smallest part of putting out of
the packaging and the marketing and everything. Yes,
all that stuff.
It's a lot.
As soon as all that comes together, it'll be.
And we'll be the first to know.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
thank
like
you.
I said, you're the first with Funky Streets to play that.
And could you tell us about the Funky Streets we heard earlier, San Antonio? You were telling me that you had a residency.
Yeah, well, for many years, the Body of Blasters had a residency out in Southtown on First Friday, and that's just kind of. What we saw month after month, walking up and down the sidewalks, coming in and out of the bars, just, all those characters. I always, when I introduce that song, I say, pay attention, because, you might recognize some of the people mentioned. As a matter of fact, you probably are some of the people who are mentioning this song.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and, I wrote that, just like everything, I wrote that on my acoustic guitar just by myself. And when I played it for Joe Trevino, when we were going to go to record it at Blue Cat Studio, he said, I know what I want to do with that. And that's where the horns came in and got that big San Antonio sound.
Yes, and I love that. I love that. I was talking about before I came back to San Antonio from L.A., and when I came back, I knew that I was home because of the sound of San Antonio. Our community is so great here in San Antonio, Texas, and I can't say enough about it. And I'm definitely a San Antonian, not a Californian. But I know you've probably been all over the United States, the world, doing your music, and yet you stay here.
San Antonio's home. You know, I tell people, I was born here, raised here, and growing up, the first thing I wanted to do was get out of here. and that's what I did. I went after I graduated high school, went off to school, and the first thing I wanted to do was get back home.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. It's called the boomerang. You do the boomerang effect, right?
Yep.
Could we talk you into one more song?
Sure, let's do another song off the record. This one is called I Hope So. We'll kind of do something that has a positive bent to it, I guess.
Yes.
We can all use some hope in these times. So, ready?
Mm-hmm.
They say love always wins. They say love conquers all. They say love will never let you down. They say love will lift you up when you fall. I don't know about you. I don't know if all that's true. I don't know, but I hope so. They say it's darkest before the dawn. I don't know if I can hold on that long. They say time goes by in a way. They say you're stronger than you think. I don't know about you. I don't know if all that's true. I don't know, but I hope so. I don't know about you. I don't know if all that's true. I don't know, I don't know. I don't know, I don't know. I don't know, but I hope so.
I love that. That was great.
Thank you.
And that was a very positive, uplifting, and you really are positive. I mean, a lot of your songs are that way, though. I feel that I've heard from the past. They're uplifting, and they make you feel. Like I was telling you earlier, like you don't even realize when I'm listening to songs and I get so excited, thinking, and I think to myself, I wonder what they were thinking. I wonder what was going on at that time when in their life, especially when it's a real jovial time. In my mind, I'm looking at a barbecue. You know what I mean? Going on. You're at a barbecue somewhere in San Antonio, and you're just having a great time. Just jamming out and talking and drinking and having fun and dancing, and that's what it's about.
Music is so much a part of our lives.
Yeah, I mean, in so many ways, whether you're an artist or not. But I'm so grateful that you guys came in today.
Thank you for having us.
And spent some time with us. And if you could just please let everybody know where they can go on your Instagram. Yeah,
you can find us on Instagram at Audio Blasters on Instagram, and we're posting information as the record's coming to be, when it's going to be available, and how it's going to be available. There's so many different options these days. We do a regular second Saturday of every month. We play live out at Sancho's, and we also do gigs all around town. So following us on Instagram is a good way to find out where we're going to be.
And then your Facebook?
We don't really do the Facebook much.
Neither do I. No, neither do I. But I've been told I need to, though. Yes, and then I just want to talk about real quick at the end of our short time here with you. But thank you for taking the time to come and see us. Is Fred Stock's coming up?
Yeah, we're so excited about that, to be playing Fred Stock.
And so we're going to have you every Fred Stock, right?
I hope so.
Or at least in the audience if you're not up on the stage, but
That's right.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see you guys.
They have such a great lineup this year.
Right?
It's just it's really grown. It's really grown from being at this parking lot right outside the window to now on the big parking lot. And
yeah, and now we're like, it's really an event. It's really a fiesta event. It gets bigger and bigger. And like we were talking about earlier, this is so beautiful to see how San Antonio College works together in their programs, hands-on experience. We have state-of-the-art equipment that we get to work on. And at the culmination, our final project, or your finals, if you will, is for the radio, TV, film, broadcasting, and the music business program. We get to go and do an actual professional concert and run it all students. Only students are running it. I mean,
That's
the professors are there to guide you, but you are running it, and it's amazing.
And the lineup is just so diverse. It's like San Antonio. You got a little country, a little cumbia, a little rock and roll, and it all comes together.
And like we were talking about earlier, it's all levels of artists. Ones that this is their first gig. They won a gig, we were talking to the Pain Junkies last night. They won at Rah Rah Room.
That's right.
And that's how come they're up there. And then we have somebody who works here, but he's also a blues jazz singer, and he's going to be opening for you guys. And
Ken Slavin, absolutely.
Yes.
I'm proud to put that on my resume that Ken Slavin opened up for us.
Yes, right.
Thanks, Ken.
Right. And you can check out all of the lineup at KSYM.org. And don't forget to join us on April 23rd, 2 to 11 p.m. It's been great, guys.
That's right. We go on at 4, so get there early and wear a lot of sunscreen and hydrate.
Yes, that is so important. The hydration, well, all of San Antonio, we all need to hydrate. We don't realize how much we need to hydrate and get some rest beforehand, because you will be up.
Yeah, pace yourself. It's a marathon. Fiesta's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's true. We don't need any problems. We want to enjoy our time and then be able to go to work the next day, and be present and accounted for. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Kenny.
And I can't wait to, if you wouldn't mind, after Fred Stock, come and stop by again so we could talk to you after the fact.
We'll debrief, okay?
Yeah, we'll debrief.
Sounds good.
And then we'll make you drink some coffee that time. No. We'll do it in the morning on the mustard.
There you go.
In the sauce with mustard. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining us here for our live performance here at KSYM 90.1 FM, your only alternative. And you are tuned into the Third Coast Music Network. And I'm Candy K, the sweetest thing on the air, and your host every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm going to leave you with a couple of announcements, and we'll be right back into the music.
Support for KSYM is provided by Leslie Sahanovich of the Less Law, with an emphasis in crime defense, auto accidents, civil litigation, and civil rights trials. Leslie Sahanovich and the Less Law Group can be reached at 210-883-8565. KSYM thanks Leslie Sahanovich and the Less Law Group for the support of San Antonio College Radio.
Courage. I learned it from my adoptive mom.
Hold my hand. You hold my hand. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
was fooling, halfway gone on that foxfire again. I two-stepped off through Georgia just to find what I don't need. Living high on the hog, getting lost in the weeds. But I'm safe in the arms of vernacular. Yeah, I'm safe in the arms of vernacular. Up there on Doe Mountain, I've got cousins and I've got friends. They ain't all bad, they ain't all good. Some you can't comprehend. Hell is a mill town where cotton still bleeds. Hell is a dirty old mill town where cotton still bleeds. But I'm safe in the arms of vernacular. Yeah, I'm safe in the arms of vernacular.
KSYM San Antonio College Radio, the place to be.
Support for KSYM is provided by Leslie Sahanovich of the Les Law Group. Attorneys with an emphasis in crime defense, auto accidents, civil litigation, and civil rights trials. Leslie Sahanovich and the Les Law Group can be reached at 210-883-8565. KSYM thanks Leslie Sahanovich and the Les Law Group for the support of San Antonio College Radio. KSYM thanks local bartender Jarvis for his support of San Antonio College Radio.
Well, my aim is always true until I run into you. That's when I know what any fool can see. I can only point the way to what I'm too afraid to say. That's when my nerves get the best of me. 'Cause I'm gun shy whenever you're around. Tongue tied like a lovesick clown. Aim right, said I wish I could before I hang up a gun for good. I'm a gun shy kind of guy. Though I've got you in my sights, I can't trust I get it right. What am I to do but to carry on like this till I'm sure that I can't miss? That's when my love comes direct to you. Till then I'm gun shy whenever you're around. Tongue tied like a lovesick clown. Aim right, said I wish I could before I hang up a gun for good. I'm a gun shy kind of guy. whenever you're around. Tongue tied like a lovesick clown. Ain't right, said I wish I could. Before I hang up a gun for good. A gun-shy kind of guy. You know I said I'm gun-shy kind of guy. Gun-shy kind of guy.
Gun Shy by the James Hunter Six. Urban 15 hosts Mega Corazon. Local and state poets recite their original works along with band works from other authors. Mega Corazon is streaming on a continuous loop now through April 30th. More information and a link to the stream is at KSYM.org.
Set your body ablaze, your body ablaze.
Hey, this is Sergeant Remo, and I want to invite you to tune in each and every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Set your body ablaze.
Reggae Sessions Radio, right here on KSYM. Anywhere from roots reggae music, dancehall music, dub music, and everything in between.
I must say excuse me for a moment, for an introduction.
You're lying! I'm no price tag.
Reggae Sessions Radio each and every Friday, right here on KSYM, San Antonio College Radio.
Come on. You seek of only vanity and no love for you.
Yes, I love that reggae. Hello, guys and gals. It's Candy K, the sweetest thing on the air, and your host for the Third Coast Music Network here every Tuesday and Thursday, 4 to 7 p.m. You are tuned in to 90.1 FM, KSYM, San Antonio College Radio, your only alternative. And we are so excited here at KSYM because we are about to have our annual Fiesta event, Fred Stock. And we did get a couple of artists in here today, and they did one of the artists, Barrio Blasters, just left us, and they gave us a live performance before the live performance on the 23rd. And you can join us that night. Make sure you guys come out and support, because you're going to also see all the students here at San Antonio College that are involved in the radio, TV, film program and involved in the music business program. Run and put on a professional live music event, Fred Stock Music Fest. If you want to check out who's going to be there, KSYM.org is where you should go. And don't forget to download your KSYM app so that you can listen to us even if you're out of town. We'll be doing live DJing and live listening that day at the Fred Stock Music Fest. So make sure you download your KSYM app, whether you're going out of town or not, but you can listen to us 24/7 if you do that. All right, guys and gals, coming up next, I have another San Antonian. And just like the Barrio Blasters right here, born and raised in San Antonio, Garrett T. Capps. And if you want to check him out live, you can catch him in Austin, Texas, May 8th at Sam's Town Point. And you can catch him in San Antonio, May 9th at the Lonesome Rose. And on May 21st, you can catch him in Elgin, Texas at the Lightning Bar. So make sure you get your tickets and check him out, because we want to always support our local artists here from San Antonio, Texas. And I'm so glad that KSYM and Third Coast Music Network is a part of that. This next song is Breakfast Tacos with Satan.
Starving and broke, I walked the streets. I found a place that looked real neat. Painted red and I could feel the heat. There was a sign that said, "Come in here, you little freak." I stumbled through the golden door, tripped on the skeletons on the floor. Then a man with a big old fork handed me a menu and said, "There's more. Breakfast tacos with Satan. tacos with Satan. Breakfast 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 tacos with the man on the moon. We were knocking out the daylights. Looking how far we've come. Listen how loud we beat the drum. We were knocking out the daylights. There's no time, get to work. We're building dreams right from dirt. Turn our souls into concrete and steel. What will you leave when you're gone? Do you care what goes on? Has your confidentiality been said? Guns unloaded, where's the battle? We're all at, ain't got no cattle. We were knocking out the daylights. No one knows what's around the bend. No one knows where the road ends. We were knocking out the close your eyes and pity, babe. Don't you cry. Amongst pleasant streams, you're gonna find it
follow your dreams. No worry or care. Shall wait for you there. Don't worry your mind, babe. Don't worry your mind. Don't worry your mind, baby. Everything will be fine. Don't worry your mind. Everything gonna be alright. Lay down your head, a big crawl, right in bed. Wrapped in the wings of love, spread around you just like a glove. No sign of fear, so let it fall on your ear. Don't worry your mind, babe. Don't worry your mind. No, don't worry your mind, babe. Everything will be fine. Don't worry your mind. Don't worry your mind. Everything gonna be alright. Go right to sleep, drift off to the deep. Try counting sheep, pretty baby, girl, don't you weep. Rest in my arms. Now do you know how? Don't worry your mind, babe. Don't worry your mind. Oh, don't worry your mind. Oh, don't worry your mind. Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't worry your mind.
Hey, neat idea. We'll have a sing-along. Everybody wins with a sing-along.
Get off of this mountain, well, you know where I'm gonna go. Straight down the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico. On Lake Charles, Louisiana, little Bessie girl I once knew. But she told me just to come on by, if there's anything that she could do. Well, up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I sprang a leak. She missed me, well, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream, if I ever did see one. Well, good luck had just stung me, to the racetrack I did go. Well, we bet on one horse to win, and I bet on another to show. Well, the odds were in my favor, and I had them 5-1. When that night to win came around, the the track, sure enough we had won. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one. So I took up all of my winnings and I gave my little Bessie half. Well, she tore it up and threw it in my face just for a laugh. Well, and that just gave my heart a throb to the bottom of my feet. And I swore as I took another pull, I bet she can't be beat. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one. She said I can't take the way he sings, but I love to hear him talk. Well, and there's one thing in this whole wide world I sure would love to see. That's when that little love of mine gets a donut in my teeth. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one. And up north it's freezing cold, and this living on the road is getting really old. So I guess I'll call up my big mama, tell her I'll be rolling in. But you know deep down I'm sort of tempted to go and see my Bessie again. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one. She sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me if I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one.
The day I left Tennessee, I swore I had to go. Couldn't tell me anything that I didn't already know. Sometimes the nights turn into days and I can't sleep. I stare at the ceiling wondering why. Somewhere along the way I realized it's a long, long, long way back home. And I saw my name in the lights,
proud on my running. You could say I lost my way. And maybe I had this coming. And this is my reckoning day. Sometimes the nights turn into days and I can't sleep. I stare at the ceiling wondering why. Somewhere along the way I realized it's a long, long, long way back
home. Oh my God, one of my favorite Garrett Boys with Back Home. Hello, guys and gals, ladies and gents. It's Candy K, the sweetest thing on the air, and your host for the Third Coast Music Network. And you are tuned into KSYM 90.1 FM, your only alternative. And I am, alas, folks, that's all, folks, for me until Tuesday. I'll be back here with you guys on Tuesday, but this is my last break with you guys, and it's always a sad moment whenever I get to this point because I just love spending the time that I get to spend. It's one of my best times is the 3 hours that I get to come here on Tuesdays and Thursdays and just hang out with you guys, and you guys are so forgiving when I make mistakes, or, I mean, it's like I'm real. I'm not AI. You can always tell by any kind of little mistakes I make. As a DJ, you know I'm not AI though. And you know I love you guys. So remember as you go through your week that you are beautiful and that you have a responsibility as a community member of San Antonio, Texas, to lift each other up and help each other out. Make sure you shake hands, say hello, open the door for somebody, tell them, thank you whenever they do something for you. Just communicate with each other, look each other in the eye. And remember, we're human beings. We all have that one common thread, no matter what our race is, what our gender is, what our preferences are. We are human beings. And when you lift somebody on the other side of you up, you're lifting yourself up. So I'm going to let you guys go with my last break here after a few announcements, and then I'm going to jump you into the music and say my farewell.
KSYM thanks UT San Antonio, hosting the 2026 Fiesta Arts Fair. The Fiesta Arts Fair features more than 100 artists from across the U.S., food, drinks, and live music by local and regional performers. The fair takes place at the UT San Antonio Southwest Campus on Saturday, April 18th and Sunday, April 19th. More information on the 2026 Fiesta Arts Fair is online at utsa.edu/alumni.
The Student Advocacy Center provides resources for San Antonio College students in need. They offer a food pantry, clothing closet, emergency financial assistance, and counseling. Students can make an appointment by calling the Advocacy Center helpline at 210-486-1111. More information on the Student Advocacy Center and a full list of services is online at KSYM.org.
All right, folks, that's all for me. And this next one is by Andy Hedges, who is a fellow Texan from Lubbock, Texas. If you want to catch him live, you catch him on May 29th at Cactus Theater in Lubbock, Texas. And you can also catch him on September 25th in Winsboro, Texas at the Winsboro Center for the Arts. This next song is off his latest album, The Westerner. And the song is I'd Like to Be in Texas and Vayo con Dios.
In the lobby of a big hotel in New York town one day sat a bunch of fellers telling yarns to pass the time away. They told the places where they'd been, different sights they'd seen. Some preferred Chicago town while others New Orleans. In a corner, in an old armchair, sat a man whose hair was gray. He would listen eagerly to what they had to say. Asked him where he'd like to be, and his clear old voice did ring. I'd like to be in Texas for the roundup in the spring. And I can see the cattle grazing on the hills at early morn. I can see the campfire smoking at the breaking of the dawn. I hear the broncos neighing, and I can hear the cowboys sing. Oh, I'd like to be in Texas for the roundup in the spring. Well, they all sat there and listened to each word he had to say. They knew the old man sitting there had once been young and gay. So they asked him for a story of his life out on the plains. He slowly removed his hat and quietly began. Well, I seen them stampede o'er the hills. Do you think they'd never stop? I seen them run for miles and miles until their leaders dropped. I was foreman on a cow ranch, and that's the calling of a king. I'd like to be in Texas for the roundup in the spring. And I can see the cattle grazing on the hills at early morn. I can see the campfire smoking at the breaking of the dawn. I hear the coyotes yelling, and I can hear the night guards sing. Oh, I'd like to be in Texas for the roundup in the spring. There's a grave in sunny Texas where Molly Deming sleeps. The grove of mossy live oaks her constant vigil keeps. In my heart's a recollection of those long, long bygone days. We rode the range together like truant kids astray. I hear her voice call to me in the watches of the night. I hear her laughter freshening the dew at early light. But a fever took my darling on the day we were to wed, and left her cold and lifeless at the crossing on the red. And I can see the cattle grazing on the hills at early morn. I can see the campfire smoking at the breaking of the dawn. I hear the broncos neighing, and I can hear the cowboys sing. Oh, I'd like to be in Texas for the roundup in the spring. Lord, take me back to Texas for the roundup in the spring.
If I had $1 million, I could lose $1 million. If I lost $1 million, I could probably get it back. Same way I made the initial $1 million. So if I could just figure out that, I'd be good. I'd be golden. I could lay on down in the clover and start rolling. I'd be fine and dandy. Life would be sweeter than sucking on candy. If I had a girl, probably run her off. Once I run her off, I could try to get her back, but doing what got her back before I run her off. So if I could just figure out that, I'd be good. I'd be aces. Me and them lucky dogs would be trading places. I'd be halfway home, and life would be sweeter than a double dip cone. If I had a cone, probably just drop it. If I dropped it, I'd probably pick it up, but I probably couldn't eat it. Depending how I dropped it, probably ought to get it in a cup.
KSYM San Antonio College Radio.